Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we're diving into some exciting news about the next iPhone. While the iPhone 16 series just hit the shelves a few weeks ago, the tech world is already buzzing with rumors about the iPhone 17, and especially the Pro models. If you've been keeping up with Apple, you know they're always working on the next big thing, and the iPhone 17 looks like it'll bring some impressive changes. So, what are the big rumors for the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max? Let's get into it. First off, it's all about the cameras. According to reliable sources, like Apple analysts Ming-Chi Kuo and Jeff Pu, all four iPhone 17 models are expected to come with a 24-megapixel front-facing camera. That's a significant jump from the 12-megapixel front cameras we have on the current iPhone 16 models. A higher resolution front camera means even sharper selfies and better video quality for video calls or vlogging. Now, if you're more into photography, you'll be excited to hear about the rumored 48-megapixel telephoto camera for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. That's a major upgrade from the 12-megapixel telephoto camera on the iPhone 16 Pro models. This enhanced telephoto camera will provide more detailed zoom shots, making it a game-changer for anyone who loves taking pictures from a distance. There's a chance this camera might also make its way to the iPhone 17 Pro, but some reports suggest that this might not happen until the iPhone 18 Pro. Another exciting upgrade is the rumored 12GB of RAM for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This would be a bump from the 8GB of RAM found in the current iPhone 16 Pro Max. More RAM means smoother performance, better multitasking, and improvements to Apple's AI features. You'll notice a difference if you're running a lot of apps at once or doing heavy tasks like video editing. One of the design changes we might see is a smaller dynamic island on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The dynamic island is the part of the display that houses Face ID in the front camera, and it's expected to get smaller, giving you more screen real estate. This would make the display feel even more immersive, especially on a larger device like the Pro Max. But one of the most practical changes being rumored is easier battery removal for the iPhone 17 Pro models. If you've ever had to replace a phone battery, you know it can be a hassle. Apple introduced a new adhesive system with the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus that allows the battery to be easily removed using a low-voltage electrical current. This feature wasn't included in the iPhone 16 Pro models, but rumors suggest it'll make its way to the iPhone 17 Pro lineup. This could make battery replacements much simpler, cutting down repair costs and making it easier to maintain your phone over time. Interestingly, one feature that was once rumored but now seems unlikely to appear in the iPhone 17 is under-screen Face ID. While the idea of having Face ID sensors hidden under the display has been floating around for a while, it looks like Apple isn't ready to make that leap just yet. Maybe we'll see it in future iPhones, but for now, it's not expected for the iPhone 17. So, when can we expect the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max to hit the market? Well, like most iPhone releases, they're likely to launch in September 2025. That's still quite a ways off, but as always, more details will come out as we get closer to the release date. It's interesting to see how Apple handles rolling out new features. For example, when the iPhone 16 came out, Apple introduced the space-age battery adhesive only on the standard models and not on the Pro models. This adhesive system makes it easier to remove the battery by applying an electrical current, and while it wasn't included in the higher-end models this year, it's expected to be a part of the iPhone 17 Pro series. It's not uncommon for Apple to test new features on lower-priced models before bringing them to their premium devices. It's a way for them to work out any potential issues before introducing the tech on their more expensive models. The same thing happened with the 10th Gen iPad, which got a landscape orientation FaceTime camera before any of the more expensive models. It may have seemed like a strange move at the time, but it allowed Apple to gauge user feedback before rolling it out to the rest of their product line. In fact, there's a rumor that the next iPhone SE, which is a more budget-friendly model, could be the first to get Apple's in-house 5G modem before the flagship iPhones. This is an interesting strategy because it lets Apple test out new technology on less expensive models, reducing the risk of issues on their premium devices. As we approach the iPhone 16 pre-order season, I knew right away that I wouldn't go for a Pro model. And I didn't want one of the smaller ones either. The 6.1-inch iPhone 16 and the 6.3-inch iPhone 16 Pro just felt too small for me, even though I've always picked the smaller Pro model since Apple first introduced it. At some point, I realized I needed a bigger screen. It's not just about fitting more content when browsing, reading, or watching videos. I also found it harder to type on a 6.1-inch screen. So, a bigger screen just makes sense for me. Another bonus of getting a larger iPhone is the bigger battery. The Plus and Pro Max models give me over a day of battery life, which I really appreciated with the iPhone 14 Pro during my first year of using it. For me, the battery life was amazing, although I know some people weren't as impressed. Now it's mid-October, and I've been using the iPhone 16 Plus for about 2 weeks. While I love using it for everything I used to do with my iPhone 14 Pro, I've noticed something. I really want that super thin iPhone 17 Air that's been rumored. I'm ready for a big phone, but I'd love for it to be much slimmer than the Plus or Pro Max models. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the larger screen on the iPhone 16 Plus, even though it's only 60 Hz. I'm one of those people who can't really tell the difference between refresh rates. So, the drop from 120 Hz on my iPhone 14 Pro to 60 Hz on the 16 Plus didn't bother me at all. iOS 18 works smoothly, and everything runs great. The bigger screen just makes the iPhone experience so much better, and the longer battery life is a huge plus. I'm getting about 36 hours on a single charge, not quite 2 days, but close enough. So, if you're thinking about upgrading to the iPhone 16, you might want to hold off and wait for the iPhone 17. While the iPhone 16 does come with some nice improvements, like the new battery adhesive system and camera upgrades, the iPhone 17 looks like it will bring even more exciting changes, especially if you're a fan of the Pro models. With September 2025 being the expected launch date for the iPhone 17, there's still a lot of time for more rumors and leaks to surface. Apple is known for surprising its users, so who knows what other features they might be working on behind the scenes. As always, I'll keep you updated on all the latest iPhone news and rumors. It seems like Apple might be introducing a new battery removal system for all models in the upcoming iPhone 17 lineup, which is expected to drop in September 2024. This new system is already on the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, but right now, the Pro models still have release tabs for their batteries. Rumor has it that the iPhone 17, including a new version called the iPhone 17 Air, could feature this easier battery removal tech across the board, making it simpler for users to repair their own phones. Now, this isn't confirmed yet, but it does line up with Apple's recent focus on making their products more accessible and easier to repair. If it turns out to be true, it could be a great move towards sustainability and giving users more control over their devices. It's also worth noting that this information comes from Majin BU, a leaker with a mixed record. He was spot on when he leaked the Desert Titanium color of the iPhone 16 Pro months ahead of time, but he's also been wrong, like when he predicted an iPad 11 that never happened. If Apple does go ahead with this battery extraction system, it could be a big step forward in making repairs easier for all of us. But, as always, we'll have to wait for the official iPhone 17 announcement to see if this feature becomes a reality. What do you think? Do you want to see Apple make it easier to remove and replace batteries? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future updates. See you next time, take care.